You've found a home you love now, it's time to make an offer. This is where negotiation begins, and for many buyers, it's the part that feels the most stressful. In this video, I'll walk you through what happens after you decide to make an offer, the key points that are usually negotiated including buyer-agent compensation, and how to stay calm in other situations. Before we dive into the details, it's important to understand that this is a general overview of how real estate negotiations are typically handled. In most traditional transactions, this process applies, but there are exceptions. For example, certain properties like foreclosures, short sales, or bank-owned homes may follow a different path. Your real estate agent will guide you based on your unique situation. The price you're offering, your financing type and down payment, the amount of earnest money, contingencies for things like inspections, appraisal, and financing, your preferred closing date, and any other special terms. This offer is your opening move. It sets the tone for the negotiation. Once the seller receives your offer, they can accept it as it was originally written, reject it outright, or send back a counteroffer. Most of the time, especially in today's market, the seller will send a counteroffer. That's when negotiation truly begins. Negotiation in real estate isn't about winning or losing. It's about finding terms that work for both sides. You might go back and forth a few times over. Purchase price, closing date, contingencies like inspection or appraisal, repair credits or seller concessions, inclusions such as appliances or furniture, and today, increasingly, buyer-agent compensation. The goal is to reach an agreement that's fair and lets everyone move forward. One of the most common negotiation points in today's market is buyer-agent compensation. Remember, compensation is fully negotiable and is not set by law. Here's how it typically works. In the past, the seller may have paid both the listing agent and the buyer's agent out of the sale proceeds. But in many markets now, this is no longer guaranteed. The amount and who pays it can be part of the negotiation. There are a few common scenarios. Sometimes the seller still covers the buyer-agent fee as part of the offer just like before. Sometimes the seller offers less than the traditional amount, and the buyer and their agent agree to work with that. In some cases, the buyer pays their agent directly at closing, often requesting a seller credit to offset part of that cost. Occasionally, the buyer and seller split the fee as part of reaching a fair agreement. But here's something every buyer needs to know. If the seller does not agree to pay the buyer's agent compensation, then the buyer is responsible for it. This amount will typically be added to your closing settlement and paid at closing, just like your other closing costs. What's important is transparency and planning. Before you make an offer, your agent will explain how their compensation will be handled, so you know exactly what to expect. Remember, this is just another negotiable term, like price or repairs. With open communication, most buyers and sellers find a solution that works for everyone. Here are the negotiation points buyers most often face. Multiple offers. In a hot market, you may be competing with other buyers. You can improve your offer by adjusting price, deposit, or terms. Inspection-based negotiations. If the home inspection reveals issues like roof leaks or an aging HVAC, you may request repairs, a price reduction, or a credit at closing. Appraisal gaps. If the home appraises for less than the agreed price, the buyer and seller often renegotiate to bridge the gap. Closing dates and possession. Sometimes sellers need extra time to move, or buyers need more time to finalize financing. Flexibility on timing can make your offer stronger. Buyer-agent compensation. As we covered, this is increasingly part of today's negotiations. It's handled case by case. Negotiation can feel intense, but remember, this is a business discussion, not a personal conflict. Trust your agent's experience. They've done this many times and know local market dynamics. Know your limits up front, decide your maximum price and your comfort level with terms. Expect some back and forth. Most offers aren't accepted on the first try. Focus on the big picture. Don't let small details derail an otherwise good deal. Stay responsive and respectful. Clear communication helps negotiations move smoothly. Once both sides agree on all terms, price, contingencies, agent compensation, and timing, you'll sign the purchase agreement. Next steps toward closing. Now that the final contract has been signed, you are officially moving toward the closing phase. During this period, any remaining contingencies will be addressed, and the transaction will progress toward completion. Your lender will now begin processing your loan and preparing everything necessary for closing. It's important that you promptly respond to any requests from your lender during this time to avoid delays. Please do not make any major financial changes, such as applying for new credit, making large purchases, or changing your employment. These actions can affect your loan approval. An underwriter, a neutral party working on behalf of the lender, will carefully review your entire file to ensure everything meets the required guidelines. Once the underwriter gives final approval, you'll be ready to close and receive the keys to your new home. Get pre-approved before making an offer. It strengthens your position. Be flexible on terms when possible. Sometimes flexibility beats price. Communicate quickly. Delays can cost leverage or even the home. Treat the process as collaboration, not confrontation. Remember, the goal is to get to closing, not to win every single point. Negotiation is one of the most important steps in buying a home. With the right guidance, preparation, and a collaborative mindset, you can navigate this stage confidently and move forward toward the keys to your new home.